Good morning.
I am right now in the city center of Hamburg, and today we're gonna be talking about how tracking different aspects in your life can make you to really up your game. It can be different things: tracking your finances, tracking your food, your calories, maybe things like we all neglect sometimes. Sleep, tracking your sleep. Let me tell you one thing, for the past 30 days I've been doing all of that, and the results I want to share with you today, but also the possible downsides and dangers of it, which are definitely there as well. So today I'm going to take you along on my day and share all of these different segments that I really wanted to take control of to be then able to let it go. Let's talk about just that. I am right now out here in the city. Actually, I've been trying out quite a good amount of, you could call it new equipment, or let's say just equipment that I'm trying out right now. Man, I'm here one with the birds. This morning here is absolutely crazy. The city's, there are probably more birds here than people. Also, I've been trying out some new YouTube equipment. Man. So I would say let's start out with the first thing, which is the gym. In the past 30 days, but actually more, even 90 days, I've been tracking more or less, I'm gonna get back to that in a second, my calories, and with that the results have been, I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't been taking it like too fast. I didn't want it to like drop a lot of weight very fast. So in the last 30 days I've been tracking my calories every other day just to get a feeling for it.
My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the...
One thing I have to honestly say, I cannot get enough of the city, especially right now that I know that soon I'm not gonna be here as much. It's kind of like, if something has an expiration date, it means a little bit more, and my time in the city is also coming to an end in 2 weeks. Tracking the progress in the gym, especially when it comes to the calorie intake. So I would say in the past, wow, I think the first time I did it a long time ago, like 5, 6, 7 years. I've been always doing it on and off, but whenever I really want to take control and really make sure that I'm either gaining weight or losing weight, I always like to implement calorie tracking. And as of right now, I really wanted to challenge myself, get back into the gym. So I've been tracking my calories for the first few weeks every day, and then I let go of it a little bit because I got a better feeling again. And yeah, doing pretty well. I think I've lost around like 5 kilo. I think my body fat is around 11-12% right now, down from maybe like 19. So really feeling good about that. Alrighty, so as of right now, I am back at home. Already had my breakfast, lunch, you know, I'm doing intermittent fasting. And yeah, I've been tracking my calories. This hasn't been the focus of this experiment, but just keeping a little bit of track of it just to take the guesswork out. And because I'm actually putting down the calories, I also allow myself every once in a while to have foods that I maybe enjoy a little bit more. So today, I did like some burgers for myself, overall low-fat cheese, but the meat has been a little bit fattier. But if you keep track of your fat input by actually tracking the calories, it's absolutely fine. So I do follow the approach of if it fits your macros while still focusing on whole foods. And the second thing that I have been tracking was, or is, the sleep. So as you know, I am an early riser. I love the mornings, but with that also you have to make sure to get enough sleep, because over the past few years I've always found myself again and again burning out after a few months. And what I mean by burning out, just have a few a few days where you just don't feel really on top, and you know you're tired, you know you're low on sleep. But for me it was always hard to have a good feeling of, have I slept enough or didn't I sleep enough well? Because I go to bed at like 9:30, 10 p.m. But sometimes you lay in bed, sometimes you just don't have the consciousness and the awareness of how much you have slept. So I got myself this little sleep tracker. It's really nothing fancy. It was like, I don't know, like $30 or something. And it's definitely not the most accurate way to measure it. I think it's doing it with movement, so how much I move actually when I'm laying down, and it tells me how much deep sleep I had, how much I slept overall. And I gotta say, by looking at the app, I think the application is called Very Fit Pro or something like that, it is fairly accurate. And even if it's not, it's more about comparing your today's results to yesterday's results to the results of the week before, and this thing really changed a lot of things. Okay, so by actually tracking my sleep, I was seeing how much I've slept every day. And I gotta say, I got more sleep than probably in the last few years. So let's say consecutively enough, because every day I was opening it up. I had it like in front of my eyes. Okay, 7.5 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, sometimes 7, sometimes 6.5. And when it was a 6.5, I knew that sometimes when I wanted to push myself out of bed at 5 a.m. just because I enjoy the morning so much, there's so much part of my life and my morning routine, I knew like, hey Danny, today it's gonna be 6 a.m. Don't over obsess about it, just let it go. You know you need to get the sleep in. And because I had it in front of my eye, I am averaging out right now slightly over 7 hours, which I think is pretty good. It has been my goal.
The other side, my love. You say you wanna try.
Okay, so let's talk about the next thing, which is tracking the finances. I mean, if you have watched like a few of my videos in accordance to that, this is probably the habit that I've been doing the longest. Maybe not in my phone, maybe not in my app, but like since the first money that I made, like I don't know, when I was like 13, I was tracking my expenses a little bit, but in the last month, I really, because I really let it go while I was traveling, I was just roughly like, all right, I'm like withdrawing $500. Okay, I'm gonna put it into my finances. But because I wanted to, again, just figure out where my money is going, I wanted to develop this awareness, I started to track it again in my app, every little expense. Just, I buy something for €5, I put it in there. And as of right now, I have been on Airbnb looking for places to stay in New York City, and trust me, this is not fun. If you're from NYC or you know someone, you have a sofa to crash on, let me know. But yeah, I did find a few options. Hopefully they're not going to be too scary. For like 3 nights right now I have for roughly $100. I think that's a pretty good deal. So what I'm gonna do is right now put just that in. I'm gonna translate it into euro because that's how I personally keep track of my finances as of right now. And I put it down in the category of travel, and really doing that for the past 30 days. So I would say more of also again the last few months, since I was spending a lot more time not being on the road. I really wanted to again develop this awareness of what do I really need, where is my money going, and that definitely, as of right now, I'm still making investments, but I'm just wasting money definitely less. Let's get back into researching apartments. Just got an email that my flight from New York City going back to Europe was cancelled. Alright, I have to figure that out somehow. It is right now a few hours later, and I was planning on actually going outside, but it's out, it's switching out from beautiful sunshine to rain. Right now it's raining slightly again, so the weather is playing unfortunately a little crazy right now here in Germany. But also tomorrow I'm leaving town, but I thought, hey, let's wrap up today's video. I wanted to share with you my process of really getting back on track with tracking a lot of my, let's say, parts of my life. And with that, I think you can use it really both ways. There is really this danger of over obsessing about it, of like, if you cannot track your food, you're super upset about it. If you don't have super track of your finances, you can get upset about it. It's like, this urge to control everything. But also I think it's not the tool that is like bad or whatever, it's the intention behind. But I think really the beauty of it is that you can build awareness of what is going on in your life in a lot of different scenarios. Very often we don't know where our money is going. get awareness for it. Very often we don't know why we're not losing weight, why we're not gaining weight, why we struggle to maybe maintain our weight or just to tone up or whatever your goal might be. Even if you say, hey, I'm just fine the way that I am, very often we feel like we don't have the control. And I think using some of these tools can really be a great way to understand what is going on in your life, to really gain full control, to gain full awareness, and then to be able to let it go with this knowing of whenever I feel like I can get back to really as good as I can by myself, like in terms of, getting in shape, tracking calories, keeping track of my finances, but then also have the power to let power go, have the control to let the control go. And right now for me, traveling next month to New York City, in a few months to Asia, Japan, Philippines, it's really gonna be, hey, I'm gonna let go a little bit of the sports thing, but I know if I want to, I know all the tools, I can track it, I have the discipline. And I think that is really where self-trust and true self-confidence is being built, not just by these tools, but they can be a good tool with the right attitude of not over-obsessing, but doing it with the 80-20 rule. By just putting in 20% of effort, like for me, tracking the calories, not every single calorie, many things I'm just winging it. I'm I roughly have an idea of how much that is after doing it already for such a long time on and off. You definitely have to put in the work first, but then you gain the power to let power go. That's what it is. So with that, thank you very, very much for watching. Let me know if you have ever tracked any of these things in your life. That I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunset right now, and you got a world to see. We're gonna see each other in the next one. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't yet, and I'm out.